Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna. And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast, where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for.
And this is a bonus episode.
Selena Chef.
I thought it was Selena plus Chef.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I hear somebody say plus
know.
Chef. Sometimes I hear Selena and Chef.
I don't know. It's a plus sign. It's not an N sign, actually. So, yeah, I guess it is
Selena
plus
Chef. So we're going to do the first 3 episodes. If you don't know, every Thursday, I think it is, they're releasing 3 episodes. So this week they did 1 through 3, and then next week is 4, 5, and 6, and then the week after that they're doing 7, 8, 9,
Is
and
that how
10.
they did it last year?
Yeah.
so.
Well, we were late to season 1, I think.
But
Season 2 and 3, yes, I believe so. Okay.
I'm sorry, that's Aaron. He likes to speak a lot.
Okay, so the first one is Selena plus Ludo. So we start with Selena. Obviously, Selena Gomez, if you don't know what we're talking about. Selena Gomez. This is Selena Gomez's cooking show that started in lieu of the pandemic. She does like a virtual kind of cooking lesson with.
You really got to give her that. Was a really smart thing to do. Like to not, I don't want to say to keep it going to get money, but if you know, like it was a smart way of doing it because it was a neat.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Idea. Yeah.
Because it's like, because you know what, in a way, it's like how most people are learning, even now, without the pandemic, through YouTube. People are always watching YouTube, kind of even like cooking
that.
shows.
Only
so it's like
interesting.
It's a little bit more hands-on.
Yeah.
As hands-on as you could be. So obviously, like we said, Selena Gomez and her friend Raquel. I'm gonna say right now, I may call her Rachel because one time I looked at her name.
I call her Raquel. No,
Raquel is her name.
I call her Rachel.
Rachel. We're gonna apologize now because sometime I just said it once and now it's kind of stuck. She's Rachel, and I know her name's Raquel, but I call her Rachel, so I'm sorry. And then there's Pop and Nana.
Yeah. Which I thought were gonna be in all the episodes, and they weren't. They were only in the first one.
Well, I have a Papa and Nana theory, which we'll get to throughout the episodes. So this. Sky.
I said that was happening.
Sky's ripping up the paper. She's hungry. She wants some of what Selena's cooking. All right, so cat eating paper break. We gotta go deal with her. All right, the cats have been given treats because I don't know. They heard. We're talking about. I don't want to say the word, but
we can't really say the word. Actually, I think that's part of the. Yeah, I think they know how to spell it too.
They do know how to spell it. I know people can be like, "That's not true," but they do. They know how to spell.
They also know what EAT is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know. I taught Cooper how to sign EAT. It's a whole thing. I'm very serious. But the episode starts with Selena, Raquel, Pop, and Nana heading to Malibu because this season they're going to do Malibu for like summer. And they're going to the Hannah Montana house.
Yeah, which at first I was like, kind of like, oh, they're going to be in a different location. I kind of like that kitchen. But then I'm like, no, I think it'll be nice to have like a different setting.
And it kind of looks like the same.
It looks
kitchen,
very, it looks very similar. But I think this kitchen actually set up better. And like, it is nice.
She really knows where everything is in this kitchen. Have you noticed that?
No, she
better than the last kitchen. Better than her own
She
kitchen.
probably looked around a little. I mean, or they probably told her where they're going to put, I don't know, maybe drawers or labels. Who knows?
And the show opens with Selena's song with Blackpink, Ice Cream. I'm only noting this because the editors, they love this song. They use it every chance they get, but they always use the same part of the song.
Yeah,
like they never use anything else. And I was originally thinking maybe they can't use like the Blackpink's part of the song, but they use the one girl's like line from the song, so I'm like, that can't be it, but I don't know. I mean, I know that is the chorus, but I'm just like, you gotta shake it up.
Yeah.
Shake it up.
There you go.
Selena Gomez song.
Oh.
No, Selena Gomez's song and Shake It Up. She does the Selena Gomez does the Shake It Up theme song.
Yeah, theme song. I forgot about that.
So this time though, even though we obviously know that the chef is Ludo, it seems like it's a surprise to her.
Yeah.
Which you said even when continuing throughout, like it always seems like it's a surprise for her, but this time the chef did not. Like they usually leave like a little note saying,
he didn't sign his name. He just signed chef. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe they did do that because I vaguely remembered him, but she made it sound like he was the first
from season 1. Yeah.
So that was neat that I thought she brought
and he
her
has
back.
her do in the note, it's like to do mise en place, which just carries on the trope of Selena not 100% remembering what mise en place is. And I think we only know mise en place because we love worst cooks in America.
Yeah, worst cooks in what's her name?
And Anne Burrell is so big on mise en place that now I do the mise en place. It is easy.
Yeah, it does make things a lot easier if you have the stuff out and ready. I mean, I do agree. I'm not a big mise en place person, but I will have everything out. Yeah. You like to put everything in the bowls.
Yeah, because we got little bowls now, so it's
I just have it out. But it is easier if you have it measured and you're like putting it in, because I get that.
Yeah, but this season, obviously, like we said, Ludo, and he's the only chef to so far do like a second time around.
His thing was neat too, because he was like, he must have had an outside kitchen, because his whole thing was going to be like, it was like a grilling menu.
Yeah.
And he did everything outside, like not just the grilling part, like he had like a stove or something that he was doing everything on. So it was kind of neat to see that, like that he could do that. His background was nice too, because it was his backyard.
Yeah. He had a pool, right, and everything.
I know.
So here's what they're making. They're making he's making like an actual main course and then like a dessert, which is kind of what they do. They usually do like 2, sometimes 3 things. So he's making grilled sole, with burnt tomatoes and sorrel,
which we've learned is a green leafy vegetable.
Yes, which I always take note with these recipes, even obviously before we were doing the podcast and talking about it. I was always like, can these be veganized? Yes and no. I guess if you don't do the whole fish part, but then you're kind of just left with burnt tomatoes. So not really
I think you
vegan,
could use maybe tofu.
Maybe you could probably use tofu. I know there's a lot of now like vegan fish, which I was never a big fish person before being vegan. So for me, I haven't tried any. And then for dessert,
I wonder if you could use like grilled not a panini bread, but like that bread that I use, that naan bread, like kind of, or something. I guess you could put the stuff on anything, really.
Well, the recipes, we're not going to go too deep into the recipes. We're not going to list it off. But if you go on HBO Max's website, hbomax.com/Selena's recipes, they're all there from like season 1 to 4, all of them still.
I wouldn't be against trying the dessert one, the grilled pineapple with spicy banana caramel.
It's vegan.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
No, I looked at it. It's actually completely, it's an accidental vegan. Yeah. The only thing he put ice cream on top, but there's plenty of vegan ice creams. We literally have like 4 different in the fridge, so yeah.
It's definitely something that I would think you'd have to have an ice cream.
Yeah, we don't have we have a grill pan, so we could try it.
No, yeah.
We would need the infuser, but it looks like we'll get into that part in a second.
Oh,
but
clearly she didn't
infuse it right.
She didn't do it.
No.
Right.
The best part though is the guy he's French, if you don't know, so he has like a thick French accent, but he's like, oh, clean off your board, Selena, clean off your board, and she just couldn't understand him, and then Pop-Up's like, clean off your board, that's what he's saying.
The fact that like a couple of times Pop-Up knew what he was talking about, he became like Selena's translator. I mean, the guy's wife came out to try and help
I had that
but
down
I was like,
too.
they don't need that, they got Pop-Up knows what he's saying in a weird way.
But to the infusing thing, because that kind of happens right after there, they take the pineapple and they're going to infuse it with some vanilla. It's called a liqueur. And basically, it just kind of looks like a straw that you're sticking in. It's like a half-cut straw, and then they put the vanilla and poked it into the pineapple, which honestly, you could probably just take a straw and poke it in, because the guy was doing it right, but Selena was just poking it, scraping it out, and pulling it back out like it was a pumpkin.
I think the straw might be harder to do it because
a metal straw, I'm saying, like,
but I think it's still because that was the thing was, where are you going, Cooper? The thing was like opened like on the top part.
Well, no, that top part was open so that he could have the vanilla resting in that open part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like a straw is closed, so I think it might be harder.
But I'm saying Selena didn't even do that. Selena just used a thing, stabbed it, scooped it out. So you could probably try with a straw.
Who's to say how hers
really
tasted? I mean,
also, they gave her a smaller one. This guy had like a long one that was probably like a little over a foot, and she had like a little one. I'm like, the producers sometimes I think they set her up to fail with these things. Like they're like,
maybe,
but they might not have been able to find one.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but I'm sure it's something.
Oh, which the thing that you were saying, Ludo's wife was there. Yeah, she was supposed to translate it, but I literally wrote in my notes, Pop-Up was doing more translating than than she was even doing.
I noticed he was doing better.
Yeah. Also, Raquel, and we'll say Raquel, says that Selena had a knife collection with season 4.
I
looked it up, but I didn't find it.
No, but I don't know if she had a knife collection. I think he meant she had a new collection of knives. And I think he took it as she had a knife collection as well. Yeah.
Because I tried to Google it because I know I saw some influencers getting pots sent from her. Yes.
Really?
I think Miss Remy Ashton, I saw her get pots on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. She partnered with some, was it not those always pans, those new fancy ones? I feel like I saw her partner with somebody.
She had a purple one today, so she
could have. But speaking of her knives, her rainbow knives are only like $50 on Amazon. Maybe that's why the cutting is always so poor, because they're like cheap knives.
Yeah, they could be.
I don't know. If you've ever watched the seasons, oh god, Selena with the knife is so scary.
Yeah, she did it on this one too.
I know, it's horrible. Which they make, obviously, like we said, they're making the pineapple with the caramel.
Yeah.
She held that spoon and got it all over the place. She was just dripping caramel all over the floor.
I couldn't even watch her. She was just like, oh my god. She started dripping it, and then she started dripping it again, and like...
Oh my god, is Cooper ripping out the paper now?
Yep.
No, yeah, she was dripping. When I watch that, I'm like, because I know she says I'm a messy cook, and it's on accident.
Yeah, but usually she's the funny one, but I feel like the chef this time was the funny one. Like when she went to get the sink water, he's like, oh no, we want the mineral water, like the fancy water. We don't want that. We need the fancy water. And like she's like rolling her eyes and stuff at the fact that he wants bottled water. I mean, like I don't use tap water for much, so I hear him. I'm like,
Yeah, but weren't they just boiling it? Like they were gonna boil it off. Like obviously you use tap water when you're boiling it.
Putting
in the caramel.
In the caramel.
Yeah, so...
Like, if you were just doing that, then
you're boiling it, yeah, because you're kind of... But, I mean, we're heating it up, I guess, but...
But forget about the spoon. Raquel puts the wood...
He's yelling.
Puts the wood of the, Puts the wood of the cutting board right on the stove. I'm like, is she trying... I mean, there was multiple times there were fires that could have been started.
Well, speaking of Raquel, did you see her getting Selena in trouble with the phone?
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know, last season it was a running gag that Raquel was always on her phone. Like we even noticed it, and then they mentioned it in one episode.
People were complaining, and then the producers would come in and say something to her.
Like, you got to put your phone down. And they had it in a drawer, and she got her in trouble with the phone. She was like, because it wasn't even like Selena went to the drawer. Raquel was like, oh my god, this text was so funny. And then Selena started using the phone. I was like,
and he's like, are you on your phone?
And then he has her peel shallots. He goes,
oh, that's where the knives were.
No, but he goes, peel the shallots. He's like, peel, and she keeps going, okay. And then Pop goes, he's saying peel, and she goes, oh, peel. Like, she just kept saying okay, and she had no clue that he was saying peel.
Yeah, there was a lot of words. Like, what did he say? When he was looking for that thing, where was your livedor? And she's going, where's my lover? What? Where's my lover? Like, there were so many words that he would say that she would not understand what he was saying. There was something else when it was that time, too, that he said.
There's a couple of things. And also, the fish. Oh, that made my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Literally, so the fish... I thought they were, like, going, like, I've seen them descale fish before on Master Chef, but he, like, you had to hit it and then pull the skin up and off and then flip it over and do it again. My skin was, like, crawling. It was worse than watching somebody, like, cut, like, a chicken. And also...
It's like peeling someone's skin. It's just disgusting.
It was just, I was not... They also, every episode, they also donate $10,000 to a charity.
Yeah.
His charity of choice was the World Central Kitchen, which I wonder, we should have taken note if that was the same charity he had chose the first one, or if he chose a different episode.
I would hope he either chose a different one so that everyone could get a little something.
And then they end up going outside on the grill,
which didn't make anything any better.
No, because you were like, when we were watching, like, she doesn't even have a grill in there, and I was like, maybe they're just gonna have a grill pan. But I was like, why are they sending her?
That's what I was worried about, was that she wouldn't have like
full proper.
But you forget that it's probably super windy and stuff out there, like it was.
Well, you know what I know? Well, besides it just being on a beach, I noticed that in another episode, Raquel said she's 30 and Selena said she's 29. So this was not even filmed in July. So it was probably filmed more in the winter in California, which I know it can get a little cold. Not as cold as, like, on the East Coast, but it can get cold there. So it was probably, like, winterish time there. But if the guy was in France, wouldn't it have been snowing?
I'm thinking he was in France. But no.
No, I don't know.
Snow in France. France?
I don't know much. So once they're out on the grill, though, he makes them. He wants to cover the fish in mayo, and he makes her do it by hand. He makes her do it first by hand, and then he does his own with like a brush. He's like, I'm just torturing you to do it. Like,
well, no, he said he wanted her to feel the fish or like be one with the fish. I don't know. Ugh. All I thought was mayo nasty with fish.
Okay, I had to explain it to her.
Don't get me wrong. I know you put mayonnaise in tuna, but it was just like
no. This was the Japanese mayo, Kewpie mayo, I believe, which is meant to go on like I know it's used typically like with like sushi and some other fish. Sure, I'll take some water. Little water break there. Pardon us. I forgot what I was saying about the damn fish. Okay, well, the Kewpie mayo I think is supposed to go on fish, but he said it was mostly just like to grill it, I guess.
Yeah.
Which technically mayo is lard, so it's like putting butter on fish.
Yeah, it's just like basically a grease of sorts.
And then she goes to flip the fish. And almost drops it. What would you call that? The grill, like
it went right between the
grill thing.
Yeah,
the little bars. And I noticed
she
like
really saved that fish. That was pretty impressive because that was going right down into the coals. But
you know what? It wasn't like how like I feel like most grill like racks. I guess it's a rack would have like they're like an inch apart almost. Not like an inch, but like a half an inch. Hers were like really thin.
No, most of them are tight together, kind of.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been in presence of a grill in many years.
He was concerned, in my opinion, when they first all went out there. He was very concerned that she was by herself.
He did say that.
Are you by yourself? Like, where is everybody? I think he even went and asked where's like Nana and Papa or wherever. And he's like, oh yeah, they're all sitting down on the terrace. And I'm like, yeah, because he's probably thinking, oh, she ain't gonna handle this.
Don't leave her alone with the grill. So she's getting these bones out of the fish. She then has to peel the skin off again. But like after they finish, this
like
guy's
the fillet part. She's cutting the fillet part that I guess you're gonna actually eat
and take the bones
out.
Take
the center, like the spine.
Which
I guess
I've never seen anybody actually take the bones out of a fish after it's cooked. It's always before, like even with Master Chef.
It just makes this easier.
Maybe this one's probably easier. But the funny thing is, once they finish, this guy's big thing is going voila.
Yeah.
And he says voila, and Raquel. Did I say it right? Raquel. Raquel comes over, and she goes, "I heard of voila," and Selena goes, "Oh no, we're not done yet."
We're not
like
there
she was
yet.
like,
"We're not there yet."
They were kind of close. So while they finished that,
she was,
grill the pineapple. Raquel comes back because they're like, "Oh, can you have somebody go get plates?" Raquel comes over with these plates and this like tree. It's not like a tree. What kind of plant? It's like more like a plant.
It was a
palm leaf.
I think it was a palm tree. No, it's not a
palm tree. It's like a palm leaf tree. It's more like a plant.
What do they call that stupid tree?
I don't know what that is. I know what it like. I know visually what it's kind of like a palm leaf plant, I guess.
I can't.
But it comes like she walks past it and out of nowhere
it almost looks like someone let it go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It looked like someone let the tree go and it snapped and it was snapping back on her and scared the crap out of her and she jumped.
Yeah.
And then she proceeded to say that she got lost inside the house. Now I'm not cracking on her. I'm just using her own words against her.
I don't remember.
You didn't hear her saying that? After she got tired, but she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got lost in the house." I'm like, "How'd you get lost in the house? Like, I know you don't live there."
Selena
but
did say it was a rental.
Yeah, but
it's only 2 floors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where the hell are you going?
She got lost. You know when in Hannah Montana, that big closet she had. Maybe she got lost in the Hannah Montana closet.
I don't know. I was like, well.
So then they end up all eating the food, and they all enjoy it. Which I'm just curious if they would ever say they didn't.
Yeah, I know because when you watch her do these dishes, no offense, but like sometimes not that she jumps ahead, but she jumps right in without truly taking it in a moment, like of whatever they'll be like,
Selena, watch me.
Yeah, because she, when he cut the pineapple, he cut it very thin. She cut it very thick.
Yeah, after grilling
it was like real thick. So it was like,
yeah,
what he said. So you wonder, like, did it lose something in the translation of the flavor?
Maybe not that, but so there are like other things where she'll kind of just rush. Like in this episode, I forgot to mention it. She put the butter in, and he's like, "We're gonna put the sugar in the butter when it melts in the stove," and she puts it in, and then she just dumps it. She only put like a little bit, and everybody's like, "No!"
I don't know how she thought she was gonna get around that. To be honest with you, I think I would have just started again. Too.
Yeah, I don't know why they were all like.
I think
reacting.
Either that, or I would have just been like feeling a little jinxy or something. So I probably would have.
And then what the hell was that sound even? Episode 2 is with, how do you think you say her last name? Kristen Kish? Kish?
Yeah.
Kish? Kristen Kish?
Kish, yeah, I think it's Kish.
So this one, I want to point this out. So I'm like making this like it's only murders in the building, like conspiracy theories over here. They drive up to the Malibu house again, which is weird.
Yeah.
And take note, it's Selena in I think it's a different outfit, and then Raquel, Nana, and Pop Pop are in the back seat.
Oh, I think they're only filming there. No one's staying there.
No. But then in the house, Teresa, her other friend Teresa, replaces Nana and Pop Pop. Where the hell are Nana and Pop Pop?
They got them locked in the garage.
I don't know where they are, but it's a conspiracy theory. So, like we said, this one, the chef is Kristen Kish, which so far I don't personally know of any of these chefs, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know many chefs outside of the Food Network realm. You know, Alex Guinness-Shelley, Anne Burrell. Those.
I like
guys.
this one though. I like this girl.
Yeah, I did like her. I felt she was like good explaining everything. I have liked all three of these.
The only thing she
chefs.
did that was not good was there was a couple of times she just kind of like was telling Selena like, yeah, just dump all that in and just dump this in.
Yeah, I
it's
noted
only
that
about
down.
this much. It's like when it's measurements, you want to make sure that it's right and stuff like this. So I was like, she's freaking her out clearly.
You thought that maybe the chef was a vegetarian, which not.
Yeah, just because I didn't see
close.
any meat really.
But
like,
there's only one thing that has like a little bit of
the
prosciutto, which you can take out. So they're making a strawberry and yuzu dessert, which 100% can be veganized. I think there was yogurt in there, which there's plenty of vegan yogurts. We have it in the fridge. And then the second one is a Mexican street corn and baby carrots. Definitely can be veganized. I don't remember what was in that I don't think could have been.
The street corn?
Yeah.
The cheese. It was the.
Oh, there was feta cheese, but there's vegan feta cheese too.
Yeah.
And
some people
then
don't even like that.
Chickpea, fried broccoli, and cheese, which definitely can also be veganized.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the cheese, honestly, I think.
Well, actually, you'll see I'll go explain in a second once we get further and she gets to the cheese part, but it can definitely be. Right off the bat, they have to make I think it's for the dessert, they have to make a gelatin.
Oh, yeah.
And the chef...
Such a weird thing.
The chef, though, she has it in, like a tall, like, container. And it's like a powder. Like, so you can see she just gets a bunch of packets of gelatin and, you know, opens them and puts them all in a container herself.
She might buy them in a container, but...
Well, maybe. It might be like a chef
Selena
thing.
clearly didn't know
well,
what it
no.
was.
Selena's was in, like, you know, like when you would get gelatin in, like, a little Jell-O container. So Selena goes, this? They go, no, that's yogurt, Selena. Oh, Selena.
I don't know how she was having this much of a struggle.
Sometimes sometimes you can see Alex Russo straight up in her. Like, only Murders in the Building, I'm like, Mabel and Alex Russo, same person. Now I'm like, maybe Selena, she was not acting so hard with Alex Russo. Okay, so while they're making the little dessert with this, like, yuzu, Teresa's referencing the yuzu and goes, what is that? And...
Yeah, what did Raquel say?
It was either Raquel or Selena, and they're like, it's
she
yuzu.
kept saying,
I think it was
yuzu.
It's yuzu. And she was like, no, what is it? And then the chef explained it's like a citrus.
The chef answered that. It's like a weird looking citrus. It looks like an orange, I think, or something.
Yeah. And then they make whipped cream by hand. And how you're referencing the measuring by eyeball, I literally wrote they measured it by eyeball, which is never... First off, desserts...
Never good with Selena.
Desserts are such an exact measurement. But
have you not watched her on this show ever? Did you
I
not?
think, yeah.
There's enough
There's
seasons that
sometimes,
you could have watched her because
I think you can tell when a chef comes in and they have not watched the show, or maybe they didn't watch it enough.
She is not somebody you
because
say, about a cup and a half, and no, she does not know what that is.
And they're all doing this to end up smoking yogurt. Which
I'm sorry, that was a lot for at the end when I saw all it was that it was just like whipped cream. That was a lot of work for.
Well, I was like, I don't even think we've seen something like that level on MasterChef. Like, people have smoked meats on MasterChef, but this thing was like a full-on glass dome that you would like have like, you know, cookies displayed under. And the lady goes, yeah, it costs $600 at Smoker.
No.
What is this budget they have on here?
Give me some smoked paprika and I'm good.
Not in the yogurt, I guess. Okay, sure. And then, did you see, please tell me you wrote it down, Teresa stuck herself in the freezer?
No, that was The
No.
other one. Oh, then I don't know.
No, Teresa stuck herself in the freezer.
Or maybe she's the
and
first
then
one that did it,
Selena
and
goes
Raquel
to
did
make
it.
a roux, and then Raquel goes in the freezer. Do they
Oh,
not
that's
have
what-
air on in there?
I don't know. Maybe it's just so hot that they can't compete.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I was just like, what?
I don't know. That's weird.
I
I didn't know. I knew I saw that. I didn't know what they were doing.
Back to the cheese sauce, though, how we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
The cheese sauce, they're making a roux, they're making a basic cheese sauce. I make that about every Sunday. I make mac and cheese every Sunday.
What were they putting? Oh, they were.
They were
putting it
making
under
a
the
roux.
broccoli. They were putting out. No, I was saying what were
Oh, they were
using?
making it for the broccoli.
Yeah.
But no, she was making a basic, like, roux for
Yeah.
it, and she put cheese in there. And I was just like, oh my God, the mess they were making. She was throwing the
I was saying
cheese
that,
and
like, I can only hope that they actually have somebody that comes through there
professionally
to, like,
cleans that.
cleans them, which I think it did. It said that's why they give. I know most shows, I would think, but no, she has to clean as she goes because
She had a pan on the stove. They probably have enough pans. They probably know how many she'll need, so they have, like, enough.
yeah. But if she's throwing shit to the ground, that's crazy. Because I caught her without her shoes. She had no shoes on.
I know. Well,
And I'm like, please don't do that with all that crap that's probably gotten thrown to the ground from cooking. Because they do that.
yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, we know in previous seasons, remember she would just scoop the stuff on the cutting board onto the floor?
Yeah, that was like the big.
I
She's
know.
like, yeah, I'm just going to get it later.
Let me
I'm
just
like,
say
oh
this.
my
The
God.
mess she was making in the cheese sauce is not nearly the mess that I sometimes accidentally make here, and I know she freaks out about my mess.
That was going everywhere. I'm like,
It was even to the point where, like, Tris was like, oh my God, like, she was, like, throwing up the milk
yeah,
onto
it's
her.
like gum paste.
And then for I think it was the Mexican street corn, when they were cutting the corn, Selena left about, like, 1/4 of the kernels
she
on
does
there.
that a lot with a lot of stuff.
She'll
like
just be
last
like, I'm
year.
done.
Like, she'll be like, yeah, I got enough off of it. Because I think she did it with cutting out apples or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think she
noticed
kept
that.
going
She'll
like,
just be like,
yeah,
I'm
I
done.
don't have that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm like, oh, okay.
And then I think they are going back. So Selena and Teresa go and they're going to deep fry the broccoli, and Selena just throws it right in, the oil splashing out.
I don't know if she meant it, but
And then it's
splashed
like
on her
boiling
friends.
over and everything. Which while they're doing like that stuff over there, Raquel the chef says, "Hey, can you please julienne the snow peas?" And she goes, "Juliet them?" My thing is like, how does she not know that it's julienne? You've been here for 4 seasons with Selena. Like, are you not paying attention or learning anything either? Like, it's a free cooking lesson. I'd be paying attention.
I guess not.
And I literally wrote in my notes, watching her cook makes me jump like I'm watching a scary movie. I do. Sometimes when I see her with that knife, I'm like, oh God, oh,
yeah,
God.
she
Like,
has
it's like a scary
When
movie.
she goes with that knife, the one before he had asked her to get a knife or something, and she was just standing there.
No, that's the next episode.
No, there was one where she was standing there. That one too, but she had a really big knife. She was just standing there with the knife like this, like she was Jason Myers from Friday
I mean,
13th,
she
and
might
I'm
know
like,
what she's
the
doing,
hell?
like, comically.
I think she probably does. I think she
and-
realizes people like it, and they're like,
Yeah.
they get a kick out of whatever.
Well, what I noticed when we were looking for the season 4 trailer this time, there was a lot of like compilations, like funny moments from Selena Plus Chef. So I'm sure she knows about them, and she's like, well, I'm gonna,
just
of
not
course,
doing
why not?
anything.
So for the charity for this episode was the Ali Forney Center. I think I said it right. Did you want to see it? Ali Forney Center.
Forney, yeah.
Yeah. And every episode, same amount, $10,000, which is crazy because I think there's like 10 episodes. So it's like $100,000 they donate for every charity.
Yeah.
So once they finish cooking
Yeah,
everything,
that's why it doesn't feel like a lot, but when you think about how many episodes she has and you times it by that, it is a lot.
if she does one more season in total, the whole show will have donated over $500,000 to charity.
Yeah, so.
And then they go outside and eat, which they say it's good as always. But here's what I
it's not
wrote:
as cold
they
as
go out
always, but
to
they're
eat.
wrapped
Well,
up.
I have to assume that Mama and Pop. Wait, not Mama, Nana. She called her
What the hell
Nana.
did they do with them? Put them in a room by
I said,
themselves?
are they still buckled in the back of the car? They left them in there, buckled in the back seat of the car.
No, they did come out because I remember her saying something about being in that room or being in the guest room or something like about.
Oh no! Are you
don't
sure? No, that might have been the last episode where they were there. Sometimes they'll go and they have like a living room on the side where they'll go and sit, but no. And then the third episode, the final episode here, is with Devon Francis, right? Francis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Francis.
In this episode, they actually are at the house.
What is the dessert? Because I wrote tortured cake.
Well, we'll get to that in 1 second.
It's not tortured, is it?
Torched. But they actually started.
I didn't like that. What's this? Grammarly made me change it to tortured.
They actually start at the house. No driving.
Yeah.
She's there with Raquel and a new friend, Kelsey, who I have no clue who this is. I've liked Selena Gomez
I was like, where the hell did
ever
she come
since, like, Wizards. I've
Yeah,
never
where she
heard of
came
this
from.
girl, Kelsey, in the whole time. And I also wrote, I'm assuming that Nana and Pop-Up are still in the car and will be left a mystery for episode 4.
Oh my god.
Where the hell are Nana and Pop-Up?
Oh, and not for nothing, but let's say Nana and Papa had stuff to do. What could you really have to do, Nana and Papa, that you can't change it for another day?
Yeah.
Like, and I really probably think Selena has a schedule she has to stick to because, you know, that's just what they do.
Yeah.
So
no,
you
obviously.
could give that schedule out to Nana and Pop-Up and tell them to pull their weight.
And also at the start of the episode, Raquel brings out the Okie Dokie jar, which is from last season, because Selena has a thing of saying Okie Dokie. But actually, if you watch in the last episode with, in the one with the other chef, the one that we just talked about, you can actually see the jar in the background.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Meaning the episode, no. The first episode, the jar was not there. The second
it's not
episode,
set
the
up
jar
yet.
was there. But the jar is only introduced and put there in the third episode, meaning that it's actually recorded episode 1, episode 3, episode 2, if you notice it. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I always take...
I didn't think they were in
Notes.
order, but I just didn't realize. I couldn't figure out how to,
Sometimes there was another thing that we
figure it
caught
out.
in another season that they were filmed out of order, but I noticed this one because I remember seeing the jar in the back of the episode. I'm like, I remember she had a jar I remember like the jar from the other seasons, but now that they brought it up, I was like, oh my god, because we did watch them all back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not making a tortured banana cake. They're making a torched banana cake.
No.
And a banana leaf roasted snapper, which both can be veganized 100%.
Well, you gotta find a snapper fish.
Oh, well,
At that point, you just not eat it.
no. Sorry, never mind.
And plus, if there's a vegan option somewhere else, you just eat it.
You can make the banana cake, though. Veganize it. So while they're cutting these bananas, she cuts her hand. The first one of this season, but only the second time in this show. Which is what's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Is that she's only cut her hand
No, I think she's cut
2
her hand.
times in this whole series, I'm saying. No, last season was the first time she ever cut her hand, I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure.
know. I thought she cut herself before.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's cut herself last season.
No, but like I don't know. I know that she had like band-aids. I think last time, like on like 3 of her fingers at one point. I don't know. That's interesting. Look who wants to hire me. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I mean,
What?
I might need a minute. It was Google, by the way. In case you wanted to know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I don't know if this is gonna make any sense at all. It's just amazing. Once I go downhill, like I just go down.
God, I'm gonna clean the tears out of my eyes.
I feel like I need a moment. And I could probably pull it back.
A
together.
London?
A moment.
Alright, just sit up and just agree.
I can't because apparently I'm in other places. I'm in different locations.
You just disassociated to a whole other level. You teleported.
No, I was probably sitting here pretending I was doing jobs or something. I don't know.
You're getting interviewed to be on
I
Selena
just-
Plus Chef.
After I said that, I was just like, yeah, there's no covering that, but I'm just go with it.
Are we ready to continue?
I guess.
Okay.
God knows.
So they have to open up a coconut. Which, if you remember, you don't remember this?
No, not at all.
She had to open up a coconut,
No.
which she opened one last season. Remember, she spilt it all over the floor last season. This time, she had to open it. We watched half of
I
this.
wasn't asleep for this.
We watched half of this episode not together, so I don't know where you were for this half because I wasn't with you for this half.
Oh, that was when the thing was going back and forth and crazy. I was losing it.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So she was hitting with like a mallet, but while she's hitting it with a mallet, they have a full on, they start twerking to the beat of the
I heard
mallet.
Yeah, I'm like,
And they started. What was the song they were playing? I don't know, but I felt like I was in a fever dream. I was like, what the hell's going on?
no, I saw that. I heard
I mean,
that.
Selena Plus Chef always kind of feels like a fever dream, very chaotic. You don't know what's
Yeah,
going on, but
yeah,
this one
sure.
especially. And they also give Selena a blowtorch.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Well, it was just to, pour some sugar, melt the sugar on top of the torch banana cake.
You had something about, when I said, why didn't she remember, there was something that they said, or that she did. And I said, wait, she just did that in the episode before. The first episode was, and she remember it. No, it wasn't mise en place. It was something else.
Oh yes, the scale.
The scale, yeah.
Yeah. So in the second episode, in the second episode, there was like a scale, remember? And I said, wait, she picked up that thing and she didn't like count for the cup being measured.
They are out of order, obviously.
Yeah, so now they're out of order. So that's why she knew to count for the cup, because this one, the guy's like, oh, count for the cup. You have to like put your bowl, set it to 0, and then put your stuff in.
And then he tells her she can open a can with a knife, which was the worst.
Well, yeah, because she didn't have
a. You not watch these shows because she had a can opener. She just had to give them 5 seconds to find it, and she's got the knife standing up, and he starts to freak out.
The little knife, yeah. He was like, he instantly regretted being like, oh, not the knife.
Anytime someone comes with a knife like that, they don't know what the hell they're doing.
And then for the charity for this episode, it was the Trans Justice Funding Project. And they end up going out to eat, enjoying the food again. Like, I would love to know if it's never good. I don't think they ever will, because then that's kind of offensive to the chef, being like, it's not good. So while they're out to eat, we still don't know where Nana and Pop-Up are. This is only Murders in the Building, and we'll figure out episode 4 where the hell Nana and Pop-Up are.
I got no idea.
I don't know if this is true, but I think episode 4 is Rachel Ray. And I'm a big fan of Rachel Ray. All they gotta do...
I didn't realize she was on it.
Yeah. The 2 big names that we know, Rachel Ray and Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. Has Alex been on this show?
Which show? This one?
Yeah. I think she has. I think Alex Gordon-Shelley has been on this show.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Alex... How the hell do you spell Gordon-Shelley?
And of course, Selena cuts herself. Wouldn't have been a episode.
Where the hell are you? We ended the episode. We talked about that.
We did not talk about her cutting herself.
Yes, we did. This was right before you go. I got the job or whatever. Yes, we did. I said she got the... Remember, I said she cut herself and it was the only second time. And you go, no, it's not. And then that's when you said the other thing.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay,
so no. Alex Gordon-Shelley has not been on this. We need Alex Gordon-Shelley on this ASAP. I do notice that they don't get a lot of Food Network chefs on here. Have you noticed that?
Maybe they can't do it.
Maybe it's like a contract thing, but we need Alex Gordon-Shelley on here now. Alex Gordon-Shelley's probably my favorite chef, but because I'm always like, I would love for them to have like Amberelle, even Bobby, like all of, like those ones that you know, Pioneer Woman.
Yeah, they're not the ones that show up.
No, because they're not. I think they probably have like a thing with Food Network.
An interesting theory, though,
isn't it? The closest one they've had, I believe they had a God, how do you say it? Is it Aaron or Aaron?
Yeah.
Sanchez. I believe they did have him on here, which he used to be.
There was another guy, but he wasn't from MasterChef. He was from.
No, not MasterChef.
What's that other show?
Aaron he used to be on Chopped, remember? But he's not on Chopped anymore. Now he's on MasterChef.
Chef is where I've seen a lot of them too.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying Food Network specifically. Conspiracy theory: Food Network chefs can't be on the show.
Huh. Maybe.
Well, Rachel Ray. No, Rachel Ray's kind of freelancing now. She's a freelance now. She used to be Food Network, but now she's like doing her own thing. Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
Share your conspiracy theories if you agree.
Otherwise, hit the button. I didn't even get to say goodbye yet.
Yeah, we'll be back next week to do 4, 5, and 6, and maybe we'll be a little less discombobulated.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No, we will. We're making a promise right now. We'll be less discombobulated.
Yeah.
Check out our other episode of our actual podcast. This is just a bonus episode.
Yeah.
We.
She told me just to keep saying yeah.
Yeah. Our actual episode of our podcast. Yeah.
I said it again.
Our actual episode of our podcast where we're doing Selena's acting show, Only Murders in the Building. It's ending, so I'm so look at you spicing it up with
voila.
God. But thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week, and maybe we'll pull it together. But maybe you guys like us a little kooky.
Your glasses are crooked.
My glasses are always crooked since Walmart fixed them. I'm so serious.
Ooh, Walmart used to be last year's sponsor. Who is this year's sponsor?
Target. I think it is Target. Well, not because before the episode, we have the ads, and it says Selena plus Chef presented by Target. Have you noticed that? I've got Target every time.
Yeah, then that's Target.
Yeah.
She dipped out of Walmart.
Did she really have Walmart? Are you thinking of Master Chef?
No, I'm pretty sure she had bags from Walmart. Those blue bags. I think so. We'll have to go back and look, but I thought it was.
All right, now you can say it.
Hit the button.